Who doesn't want to be wealthy, right? Man, money. What a hard topic. Money. I love reading books on money. I listen to a lot of books. I'm listening to one right now called The Wealth Ladder. The Wealth Ladder by a guy named Nick Maggiulli. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but it's Maggiulli. Really good book called The Wealth Ladder. And really, as I've been listening to this book, and it really got me thinking along the lines of what is real wealth, right? And again, who doesn't? And when I say wealthy, I think that means different things to different people. For some people, they would say wealth means not having to worry about paying for groceries or gas, or that I can make and pay my monthly bills and still have money left over to kind of do what I want to do. To other people, wealth might mean something much larger than that. Um, Nick makes an interesting statement in the book, or he writes an interesting statement in the book, and he says that people who have $10 million but want $20 million see themselves as broke. But people who make $100,000 a year but are happy with $50,000 a year see themselves as wealthy. It's really a mindset. Wealth, at the end of the day, is a mindset. And Nick breaks down wealth. This again, the name of the book is The Wealth Ladder, and he breaks it down into several different phases or steps, if you will, because it's a ladder. So we could say that phase one of the wealth ladder, or the first step, or the first level, we'll say, the first level of the wealth ladder is what he would call level one, and that's for people who are. This is not how much people make a year. This is what they're worth. This is their net worth. Okay. Remember, somebody can make $200,000 a year, and then they have a net worth of less than $10,000 because they haven't invested their money and used their money wisely. And then you can have a person who makes $50,000 or $60,000 a year, and they could have a net worth of $200,000, depending on how they have used and spent their hard-earned dollars. So a person who has a net worth of less than $10,000 would be in level one of the wealth ladder. And then a person, level two, would be a person who has between $10,000 and $100,000 attached to their name in terms of their net worth, right? And typically people in their early years, their 20s, their 30s, will fall in there in level one and level two. And it's not until you probably get to your 40s and your 50s that you're going to really hit. This is, again, there are exceptions to the rule. We understand that. But typically, this is what the data says. The data says that most people, as they go into their 40s and their 50s, is when they start to move into what we would call level three, which is they're worth anywhere from $100,000 a year, or they don't make $100,000 a year. Their net worth is $100,000 to $1 million. They have higher earning capacity. They've accumulated more things. Maybe a house is paid off now. And many people have much of their net worth in their house as they get older. So they bought a house, 20, 25 years ago that may have been worth $200,000 at the time. And here we are 20 years later, and that house may be worth $400,000, and it's paid off or nearly paid off. So they're going to have a higher net worth. So that level three is 100,000 net worth to $1 million. Level four is 1 million to $10 million. And these are people that are hitting into their 60s. Typically, the demographics and the data indicates that most people don't hit this level of net worth until they're in their 60s. So that is the level four. That is the 1 million to 10 million range. And then you get into the level five, which is 10 million to 100 million. These are people who've been high earners. They've invested their money well. And so they're in that range, and these people really don't have a whole lot to worry about in terms of things they want to buy, places they want to go. They can pretty much do what they want. And then you get to level six. That's 100 million plus. And really, Nick makes a great point that once you get to $100 million net worth and more, the lifestyle is really not that much different. There's not a whole lot more you can do in terms of adventures and trips and buying stuff. At that point, you're figuring out how to give money away, how to help people, how to do those things. And so those are the 6 levels of wealth on that wealth ladder that Nick talks about in the book. Great book if you get a chance to read it. It's called The Wealth Ladder. I highly suggest that book. I've been listening to it. I'm almost done with it. I'm probably 30 minutes left in the book. So, but the big point I wanted to make here, and he makes this in the book towards the end, is that what is real wealth, right? What is and he makes, I mean, the really brought out some great points, and that when we're really measuring wealth, what are the most important things? And the first most important thing is not money. What is your relationship wealth like? That's more important than anything. What are your relationships like? What's your relationship like with your spouse? What's your relationship like with your children? What's your relationship like with your grandchildren? What's your relationship like with friends and other family, your church, at work? The relationships, without solid, good relationships, you really don't get to the next level on this wealth ladder. You've got to develop and really massage and seek out great relationships. And that leads to the second point, is it's related to the relationship. What's your relationship health and wealth like? Number 2 is your social wealth. What's that like? And that's really, what settings are you putting yourself in to develop new relationships? Where are you in a good church, right? Are you attending different things that kind of help you to mingle with other people who are trying to grow, who have the same mindset that you do, who want to see and have the same goals? Wealthy people hang around wealthy people. That's just the nature. And a lot of times the reason that wealthy people hang around wealthy people is because a lot of times wealthy people are befriended by people who want something from them. So if they want something from them, they feel a little bit used. So they tend to hang around people who don't want any. They're wealthy too, so they know they're not going to want anything from them. So they tend to hang around other wealthy people, and they think alike. They have similar interests. So, it's your relationship health, and then what's your social health like, and then what's your physical health like? That's so important. Stamina. Are you in the gym? Are you exercising? Are you getting out every day? Are you getting plenty of sunshine? How's your rest? Are you getting sleep? How important is sleep? It's very, very, and so many times when we're trying to climb that ladder, we're ignoring sleep. So what's your rest like? What's your activity like? Your physical activity? Are you eating a healthy, good diet? These are all very, very important, and these contribute to your financial health, right? So that last thing after your physical health is going to be your finances. But without good relationship health, and without good social health, without good physical health, rest, exercise, diet, all those things, financial health doesn't really mean that much. Who cares if you have a ton of money if your relationships are terrible, or if you have no social life, or if your physical being is not in good shape? I mean, the money doesn't mean a whole lot at that point, right? So, and then finally, the last thing that he really brings out is, does wealth determine happiness? And there's so many studies out there that kind of come at it from a different angle. And at the end of the day, though, wealth and money do help to create and help you to do things that maybe alleviate some stress. But at the end of the day, money is not the primary driver of whether somebody is happy or not. Wealth certainly helps to meet the needs that you may have, but wealth can also bring a lot of problems and a lot of challenges. And there's a lot of data out there that suggests that the wealthier people get, many times, the greater mental health problems they have. I know amongst children, teenagers that have very, very wealthy parents, those teenagers tend to have much stronger and worse mental health problems than do children of the parents who were in poverty. There is a direct correlation between drug use and mental health problems with children who come from much wealthier families. So I just thought I'd share that with you today, just something neat. And anytime I read something or listen to something that I find helpful, I want to share that out here with you on our Thrive channel. And look forward to some more podcasts coming out very soon. We've been a little bit delinquent on that just because of my schedule, but I'm doubling my efforts here on our YouTube channel to really make a difference and to get some more content out there and connect more. We would love it. I really would love it if you could hit that subscribe button, share this out with some friends, share this out on social media. Help us to reach more people with just the gospel, with good, healthy information, with stuff that can help us move forward in life, whether it's finances, whether it's our physical health, whether it's our mental health, whether it's our social health, whether it's our relationship health, whatever it is, right? We want to be engaged with people on this channel and really just get the message out there. We want to encourage people. We want to encourage you. And we just thank you so much for listening here. And I'm just excited as we head into the fall and some cooler weather, and just looking forward to our gala. Don't forget about that, man. Our Next Step Gala is coming up on Thursday, October 16th at 6:30 p.m. at the Atrium at Mikado Baptist Church here in Macon, Georgia, 6751 Houston Road, spelled Houston, pronounced Houston because that's how we do it in Middle Georgia. And we hope you can come out, and if you would love to attend our gala that night. Tables are $400, but you say, Todd, I can't afford $400 for a table, or I just can't do that. Well, come anyway. We just ask you to bring a friend. That's the cost of admission. We have people who have purchased tables and would be more than happy to seat you right in there and just enjoy a great night of food and fellowship and testimonies. I think it'll be a wonderful night. So anyway, thanks for joining us. Hit that subscribe button, share it out, like it. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.